Hello, my adoring fans. You joined me for a bit of a longer episode than usual. But as always, there are people falling from the sky in Queenstown. It just seems to be how things go. So today was Charlotte's last day, as you may have guessed from the title. Well, last half day even, because we dropped her off at the airport, which I forgot to film. Whoops. But we went to go see some Kiwi wildlife park thing. And there are a few more things in Kiwi. So this is a tuatara, which is it's not even a lizard, it's just a reptile, and apparently it's quite like a dinosaur. Then we saw a bunch of other birds. This is what a kiwi looks like if it's taxidermied. Doesn't quite look like that in real life, and that's a kiwi egg. So kiwi mums got it worse than most mums. Proof in point, they had an x-ray of it, which is mildly concerning how big the egg is compared to the bird. But oh well. And then yes, there was a pest, a New Zealand pest, which they like to flatten. There are also all these other birds, but we didn't think the pest was too bad. We think that possums are cool. But yeah, then there were lots of birds in this place, in cages. Kind of reminded me of being in Hong Kong. There were also lots of birds flying around not in cages. I have to say, I don't remember the names of all of these. Maybe Maddie will be able to enlighten people. But it's cool seeing them all, because we've seen some of these in the wild. And in the kiwi enclosure, we spent half an hour here. We saw 4 kiwis, which is very exciting. That was all the kiwis they had. So I bonded with one, can't remember its name, maybe Ruia or something, but he kept digging a burrow. And yeah, he was chill. So he was my favourite one. And then yeah, more birds, lots of birds today. I think Charlotte quite enjoyed the birds though, so that's good. Big tree, love big tree. The problem with doing these videos in the evening is I always forget pretty much everything. And I'm always really tired, so I always think I sound like an idiot. But at least I remember these being some kind of pigeon, so good. And then we said goodbye to Charlotte, blah blah, Maddie's sad. And we're on our last trip up the gondola for our last bit of luge. Now we got unlimited luge tickets here, so I splashed out with an extra £10 and it was worth it. We had about 2 to 3 times as many lugings as we usually do, so that was good. So next up is a compilation of the best bits from our race. So this first one was our very first one we had our training warm-up one that you were supposed to do. Then we whacked on our little camera on my head. Shout out to my parents for this GoPro attachment. It is the one that goes on my head. It does look ridiculous. Yeah, but it's getting some use. So there you go. And this one, Maddie always starts out in front, basically, except for in one of the clips, I think. I start out in front. But she actually managed to film me off, unlike in these ones. You'll notice a trend. Now, it does look like I've only put me doing well. So some of them are from Maddie's point of view, by the way, like this one. Some of them may look like it's only me doing well, but really, it's either Maddie stayed in front of me or I overtook her. So there's not much. It's hard to get ones of Maddie overtaking me. Except for that first video, she's very well known. So well done, Maddie. There she is. Not only do I overtake her, but also these other randoms. Basically, so whilst I'm a bit faster than Maddie is a lot faster than everyone else. We're both very much better than the randoms. They seem to struggle. But yeah, it's all fun. This one, so sometimes we got a bit too competitive. I hurt my foot and Maddie unfortunately got spun and then she had a little graze. Don't worry, nothing minor. I mean, nothing major, but just thought I'd put it in to demonstrate she's an absolute trooper. So, well done, Maddie, for powering through. Yeah. So, I'll try and not do these types of injuries to my fiancée in the future. Yeah, it feels bad, man. But it's alright. We had another 6 or 7 luges after this. And then we decided to stop racing for a bit so Maddie could get some video for her TikToks and stuff. So she also put my camera next to hers and got some videos of me doing some luging. So this is what luging looks like from not my head. I think you might have seen some of this before. But then I swapped out and watched Maddie do it and recorded her. It made me feel like an actual adult, This is what it's like having a child, watching them do sport. You're better than them, but you've got to encourage them. But yeah, we did try and go a bit slow for these. because we were trying to make sure that, like, basically we were running between different points. So like I was running here between like a couple of points to try and film her. So we try and not go too far, as otherwise we wouldn't be able to get there in time. There's Maddie going up the gondola, which is always fun. And here she is looking very fast, very furious. But I also kind of think she looks a bit like Mario Kart. So, yeah. Beep, beep. Hope you took that random. Love to see it. And then, yeah, we also got to see some of these paragliders taking off. It looks less stressful than I thought. You know, still not sure I 100% want to do this. But I could maybe be convinced in 5 years, you know. Anyway, then we went to a sushi restaurant for dinner, because we wanted sushi. And I had a little bullet train that had delivered you some food. Anyway, this video has gone on for long enough. I hope everyone's having a good day. And adios!